I hadn't noticed that the Chucks pads that we receive in our medical supplies, the new ones from the new vendor that the company is using, is called Cardinal Health. And I believe that that is dead on, spot on confirmation. Both words. I think you guys know what I mean by that. And then just now, Lily was just watching some Caillou. Push play for me. She's probably laying on the remote. Okay, let me turn it around. Lily was watching Caillou, and check this out.
No, you said it under your laptop.
Okay, honey.
Well,
Turn it up.
A baby cardinal.
Oh, what do you know?
His mommy and daddy will help him clean up.
But someday he'll be old enough to do his own chores.
Okay, you can pause it. And then yesterday, we were suddenly confronted with an opportunity to be able to help a tiny little creation of God, this little kitten that was abandoned by the mama because some stupid kids blocked off the kittens, and the mother was struggling to get them out of there, and there was one left. And we have her. Her name is Butterscotch. We named her Butterscotch. She's 10 days, 11 days old or so. And I just thought, all this new life stuff, and all this cardinal stuff, cardinals everywhere. Even, we can't even, it's just like how it happens all the time. Like when God starts giving us a word on something, we see like pictures of it everywhere, like the bear. Some lady just had come across the ministry page or something, and I talk about, that everything's made beautiful in its time. God makes everything beautiful in its time, and that he's raised me from the ashes and something like that. And she said, wow, that was a lot you said there. That's amazing. Like the phoenix rising from the ashes. I'm like, I cancel that assignment, but thanks. No, more like the rising up on eagle's wings, right? And God will, make beauty out of the ashes of our lives, right? And out of the ashes, he makes something beautiful. So, but then the cardinal stuff, the bear stuff, the phoenix thing, the turtle thing, like even that was in one of the episodes just before that the other day, if you remember, or maybe I didn't post a video on it. Well, there's this other episode with it specifically a turtle, and Caillou pretends he's a turtle with the laundry basket. And I was like literally releasing those messages. So I don't know. We're still here after the crazy moon last night. Everybody said it was the rapture night. So, I still think we have a few more things we have to see unfold, because to be brutally honest with you, yes, that was a huge sign, another sign and wonder in the heavens, but we don't set dates. And besides the fact that for a couple of years there, I had myself convinced that every time God showed me a huge sign pointing us towards the harpazo, the snatching up of the saints, it's not called the rapture. That's not a correct word at all. In fact, even harpazo is just Greek. It's not, the Hebrew word is sozo, and it doesn't just mean salvation. It means to deliver, to rescue, to snatch, to save, salvation. So when we get sozoed, I don't believe it's going to be that soon, because here's the thing. Every one of these dreams and visions and stuff that God gives Lily and I, and he confirms it big, like even the cardinal one and last night's, moon signs that he sent us, and the eclipse and all of those wonderful things, several eclipses, several blood moons. He keeps taking me back to the fact that these are big signposts pointing towards the snatching up, and that there's a lot of things that still have to transpire. Plus, Lily had that dream about them trying to force us. This was when she was like 3, so she had no idea even what she was really saying. She tried to use her words as best she could And she said that they were trying to force us to worship this thing. And that if we wouldn't do it, and they were going to shave our heads off. That's the words that she found to use. And that means cut our heads off, right? Behead us. Well, off with my head. And there's been several other dreams like that. Like I had one, Lily and I had ones that were very similar where like I saw, we were walking through like a strip mall, and there were but there was no stores. It was just black, plasma TVs all along the wall. And all of a sudden in front of us, and everything was white, the walls, the floor. And in front of us, there were these soldiers suddenly appeared. And I knew that they were martial law soldiers. They were not just like cops in, riot gear or anything. It was New World Order stuff. It was the martial law soldiers, right? And we turned to run, Lily and I, and we ran all the way home, and it was cold outside, and we knew it was winter. And they chased us all the way back because all of a sudden, as they were coming down the hallway at the strip mall at us, the TVs turned on, and there was like this Max Headroom looking face with sunglasses and dark hair, like Max Headroom with dark hair, right? And it was demanding that we worship him, that we bow down. You bow to me. It was like, and I knew it was AI. I knew it was AI God. And so that's the demon that they had to manifest. They had to summon to be able to create AI. I guess you didn't know that. And when we ran home, of course, because we refused, they were trying to get in upstairs here, and we were in the basement sneaking out the back door, and we ran off into the dark. Now, God has shown me every time that, yes, there's a spiritual meaning to our dreams and visions and things he gives us. However, there, of course, is literal, physical meaning. And I believe these things are still going to come to pass. He's not going to take us out of here until they start the real bloody beheading persecution of the Christians. And that's why it says when the persecution of the Christians begins, the righteous flee to the mountains. And so we run to God. You know what I mean? Or like he took us literally to the mountains, which is kind of weird. But yes, because in the mountains there is little to no temptation, little to no craziness and chaos. Like that's how we live now. And you have plenty of time to focus on God and not be tempted and remain in his presence and pure. Pardon me. I had to go see the skin doctor today. I had to see the dermatologist. Please keep me in prayer. They just did nitrogen ice, right? Treatment here, and they're going to start the peeling back of the layers. I know, right? So prophetic. Of this one through what they call a Mohs surgery. They're getting that scheduled so that they can remove the layers down to the good layer. The one that's still good and all the dead stuff goes. So talk about a circumcision, because the cutting of the flesh, the cutting away of the flesh is so painful. And I got to tell you, this is no joke. So I have to stay there like all day, and they have to keep peeling it back and then checking it, peeling another layer off and checking it like God does. And he sees if, he lets us see if we've reached, the healed part of us. And although it's raw for a while, when he does have to peel back those layers, it's raw, but it heals completely. Amen. It's a good day. Thanks for joining. God bless. If you guys see any Cardinal stuff or anything like that, you already know, feel free to contact me. My email is all one word, all lowercase except the first letter. God's, Gods, Lil, Lil, Firecracker, Firecracker, God's Little Firecracker at AOL.com. God bless.